Well, hello everyone, and welcome back to Ace Attorney Investigations 2. Previously, Sebastian summoned his courage and held his head high and did what needed to be done. He submitted the evidence to condemn his father for his crimes. And at that, John was also rescued. Gumshoe and Kay managed to find him, so everything turned out pretty sweet. Unfortunately, then Shilon Lane busted in to remind us, oh yeah, a president was killed. And he has summoned John and Courtney, his chief suspects, to the crime scene, and now we're all talking here, so let's cross-examine this little brat. I wasn't feeling too great during yesterday's shoot, so I made a few bloopers. John, you said you didn't feel well. Could you tell me more concretely what was wrong? That doesn't matter. Just wasn't feeling well, alright? You weren't feeling well? Maybe you drank too much milk? How'd you... no, I mean, that's not it. How'd you guess, he says. Look at him! So he didn't feel well because of his stomach. When I was young, I was told that chewing milk makes it taste easier on your stomach, you know. Chewing milk? How does one chew a liquid? Kay, did you read the expiration dates on your milk? This conversation is over. Anyways, I made a few bloopers. They're reshooting the scene today, so they plan to reshoot the scene today, and you were practicing for that last night. My mistakes caused a lot of trouble for the people around me. I'm a pro, so practicing that much more is natural. He certainly does have an admirable sense of responsibility. John is incredibly dedicated to his craft. He didn't even make any major mistakes in those bloopers. But he said if it would make the movie just a tiny bit better... Shut up. You don't need to go around blabbering about stupid stuff like that. Oh, I'm sorry. If only he was a little more cooperative, I'd have no complaints. Anyway, that's what happened. Well, I decided to rehearse a little on my own, that's all. John, about your testimony just now. John Marsh, don't I always tell you? If you're going to practice by yourself, you have to let me know beforehand. I know. My time to speak was completely stolen away from me. I shall ask you once more. John, about your testimony But you know, John, I think that's really great. Well, there's a real thief. Again? I bet putting on an honest effort like that will make someone even more talented. You'll go from a little thief to a middle thief, and then someday you'll become a great thief. I'll be doing my best, so you can do your best too, okay, John? Now then, if I may. John, do you often rehearse in that way? At long last, I finally get to ask my question. I do it all the time. There wasn't anything out of the ordinary. I mean, you were speaking to Gordy, so... There are no mistakes in that testimony, correct? Of course there's no mistakes. Wow. This kid has a bad poker face. It was just a normal, peaceful night. Nothing out of the ordinary happened at all. A peaceful night? How can you say that when an incident like this has occurred? Kay, he is still a child. Please don't get seriously angry. So there was nothing out of the ordinary. He doesn't know anything at all about the incident. That's the impression I'm getting. But isn't there evidence that shows something did happen last night? Yes. I don't have time to waste dealing with a child's lies. Let's present the contradiction. With pleasure. Nothing out of the ordinary, huh? Let's see. What does Nicole tape again? Oh! She recorded some intercepted audio from the phone call. Or the bug? Yeah, I think it was just Miles and Case speaking that was intercepted. Maybe. Security camera photo. Oh no, that's for Courtney. John's practice video, here it is. Yeah, that footprint's really weird. Maybe I'm not talking about Gordy here to him. Maybe we talk like, shouldn't you have noticed that there was a big hoof print in the ground?
Objection!
There wasn't anything out of the ordinary. That's a lie, isn't it? We have evidence right here. Oh, could that be... That's right. It's the video you recorded of your performance. What? You're telling me you have video from last night? Exactly. And in this video, there is clearly something that is out of the ordinary. This is a monstrous footprint. Would you say that the monster's footprints are commonplace on a film set? John, why did you conceal this video from us? No reason, really. Hey, Pop, this is no joking matter. I would say calf. Or calf? 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 How the hell do you pronounce the word for baby cow? I don't actually know. Calf? No. Calf? Those feel wrong. Is it calf? Calf, yes. You had a reason to hide it, right? John Marsh, answer him clearly. But Mom... Well... I didn't want anyone to see me rehearsing. In other words, you're embarrassed about others seeing you practice. Yeah, got a problem with that? You're saying that's why you hid the evidence? John? Eep! Quit nagging me. You've already busted me. What more do you want? Oh yeah, we got a good look at that animation now. His backpack is filled with nothing but milk cartons. Look, you don't even need to be, lactose intolerant for that. That's how you get diarrhea. Yeah, the footprints were there, but I just practiced and headed home. How come you're so calm after finding those footprints? It's a monster, you know? A real live monster. I thought it was just a part of the set. Besides, there's lots of other weird stuff around here, too. He's suspicious, Chief. This kid's really suspicious. You're right. The smell of a scoop stinks to high heaven. Shut up. We're done talking. We're not done here yet. What now? The monster's footprints weren't the only unusual things that happened last night. Besides the monster's footprints, what other unusual thing happened last night? The president was murdered? The combination lock was broken? It was forced open. Yeah, it was forced open last night.
Take that!
Really? I guess that's not unusual then. And just what exactly does it show? You don't understand, do you? You are still a child, after all. I don't need some guy who's less intelligent than a child telling me that. Yeah! It seems that wasn't it. Let's review what happened here last night one more time. Yes, I won't let this child make a fool of me any longer. Why are you getting so worked up about that? Anyways, just what was it that happened last night? Is it the fire? Oh. Okay, it fell. Last night. Okay, well that worked. A monster's head fell from the roof of that building. Surely you must have known about that. I don't know anything about it. Is that true? I told you, I just practiced a bit and then I went back. I don't know anything about Moozilla's head falling or anything like that. Do you have evidence to show that I know something? There certainly isn't any evidence of that. It's also possible that it fell after John had already gone back. If there's no evidence, then like I said, we're done talking. It seems that John doesn't really want to talk about last night. Could he be hiding something after all? Wait up. Agent Lane. It's as I thought. Thank you, Mr. Prosecutor. This video backs up my logic. Huh? Is there something in the video that's related to the case? Yeah, take a good hard look at the monster costume on the top left. Oh? Yeah, the back is open, but... The Moozilla costume? Try comparing it with the one over there right now. Oh, no zipper. Huh? It looks like it's just hanging there limply, though. And the zipper on its back is zipped up tightly. The zipper on its back? Oh, this discrepancy is... Not to mention the missing... whatever the hell that black and red and white thing is. That was in Blaze's garage. What was it doing there? Yeah, the difference is plain to see. In the video, the zipper is clearly open. That's right, someone was inside. What? Mr. Powers, is the costume zipper usually... It's always zipped up tightly when it's not in use. Mr. Prosecutor, do you remember? My logic from before. 2 nights ago, Courtney pushed the president off the roof and killed him. Afterwards, she snuck into the film lot to hide the body. In here. Wouldn't it be easy to hide a body in a costume or behind all this equipment? Then all she had to do last night was retrieve the body. You're saying the body was hidden inside the costume. Didn't we prove beyond a shadow of a doubt that Courtney could not have been the one to open it? No, maybe Lane was accusing someone else back then. I forget. Yeah, that's right. Judge Courtney, 2 nights ago you pushed the president off the roof of the tower. You then hid the body inside the monster costume. I did no such thing. Say what you want, but you're the only one who could have done it. That should have already been proven impossible. The film lot was locked at the time. Judge Courtney could not have entered this place. And what if there was an accomplice? Oh, son of a... Gonna say that John let her in? What? I'll tell you my reasoning, so listen up. Oh, here we go. Mother and son theory. When the president was pushed off the roof, John was waiting at the film lot. John was an accomplice, then the problem with the locks would be resolved. The two of them hid the president's body inside that monster costume over there. You think this crime had such an elaborate plan? I'm sorry, if a body falls off of a 51-story skyscraper, there's not gonna be one singular body to move? Okay, look, I don't actually know the exact details of what happens or what it even looks like, but no, I can't imagine a body stays intact after that. On concrete? No. To take the life of a nation's president, an elaborate plan is to be expected, don't you think? John would never take part in such a crime. You're the one being suspected. Your words don't carry much weight. I wouldn't think those two had sufficient motive for something like this, though. Well, maybe they had a motive that we didn't know about. Also, that sound was a phone notification. Sorry about that. I use my phone, a stopwatch on my phone to time my videos. I actually got a new phone recently. It's really neat. And I saved money doing it too. It's such an upgrade. You were the last one to meet with the president. You're still keeping the details secret. Don't you think it's only natural that you're being suspected? Judge Courtney, is there no way for you to tell us your secret? My apologies. I just cannot, no matter what. However, when the time I can talk about it comes, I will surely let you know. So if you could please... Believe ya? Is that what you wanted to say? That's what all criminals say. And you, pup, if you've got an explanation, hurry up and spit it out. I didn't do nothing. That's all I'm saying. Both mother and son won't talk. You're still gonna defend them like this. It's true, Judge Courtney's actions are a mystery. However, we still don't know whether or not that ties in with a motive for murder. Yeah, that's right. Their motive for murder can wait. For now, let's talk about the situation surrounding the crime. And the fact that these two are the only ones who could have done it. When the president was pushed off the roof, John was waiting at the film lot. Agent Lane, don't tell me you're saying John was an accomplice. John still looks like a grade school kid. He's even got a kitty backpack to boot. How could he be an accomplice? There's just no way. Like I said, John's already in middle school, and the backpack is a part of his costume. Lane G says, no matter how young the cub, never pity an ungrateful pup. He may be a little brat, but a villain deserves no mercy. So Mr. Lane G didn't make any allowances for age? Mr. Prosecutor, you're not just defending him because he's a pup, are ya? Of course, that was never my intention. I shall present suitable evidence in due course. Oh, I'm looking forward to it. My logic's just getting started. If John was an accomplice, the problem with the locks would be resolved. How would that resolve the problem? I figured you'd ask that, Mr. Prosecutor. But you know, it's actually quite simple. Listen up. First, that woman pushes the president off the roof. She pushes him off? Then, that brat who knew the combination for the lock unlocks the film lot. I see. The combination unlocks the brat. Okay, it's the opposite. That's all it takes. With this, the problem of the lock is solved. Your theory that she couldn't get in because she didn't know the combination no longer flies. Regarding the lock, that certainly is a plausible explanation. Agent Lang, thank you for your clear explanation. Please continue with what you were saying before. If you're gonna give up, you better do it now. Two of them hid the president's body. Supposing those two were accomplices, why would they have needed to leave the body hanging there for an entire day? Why don't you give it a rest and take a good hard look at reality? Thanks to their trickery, our investigation has been confused up until now. Doesn't that about answer your question? Got it? Those two hid the body. Inside that monster costume over there. In the video, we cannot see the inside of the costume. So can you really say for certain that the body was placed inside? Yeah, I'll give you that much. In that case, why don't we try examining it? I was gonna say, the inside of that costume might be some traces left inside. Mr. Powers, may we examine the inside of the costume? Sure, go ahead. But it might be kinda stinky since I sweat a lot in there. Ew. Ah! The hell? This is incredibly dirty. That's strange. We always make sure to clean it after using it so that the sweat doesn't damage the costume. Isn't this just proof that someone besides you used this costume? I'd say that dirt from the body probably got into the costume. The president's body did fall on top of the monster's footprint. That must be where the dirt came from. Are you satisfied now? There's dirt inside the costume. Must have gotten there when the body was hidden inside. So, dirt got into the costume when the body was hidden inside. Wouldn't that mean that the dirt was transferred from the body? Isn't that obvious? How else would you say it got there? There's dirt stuck everywhere inside the costume. It looks particularly bad around the chest area. Dirt around the chest? We cannot overlook this fact. Mr. Lane's logic does seem to make sense. Indeed, if those two were accomplices, the crime certainly would have been possible. So it would be useless to argue that point. In that case, what should we do? Firstly, we should have Agent Lane explain his reasoning in more detail. Yeah, we pressed it. Let's draw out more information. Okay, clearly it's the final thing here. Dirt inside the costume. It must have gotten there when the body was hidden inside. What the hell other source of dirt is there? So, yeah, yellow stain on clothes. Dirt. Well, I mean, there's the gloves. Heavily stained with dirt. That might be our best lead. Okay, I have no idea what else it could be, if not this. Please. Ah. Well, maybe it is the stain on the front of the body. Wasn't this piece of evidence? What are you doing? You realize who you're up against, right? If you're not careful, you're gonna get bitten. Yeah. Well, maybe it's not the body then, because it must have gone there when the body was hidden inside. Yeah, Lane is positing that the body was dirty, so the dirty body got all over the inside of the suit. Maybe we can show this evidence and try to say maybe it was already dirty and the body got dirty from the suit, but no, that would just be agreeing with him that it was put inside the suit. I'd be agreeing with his point, not contradicting it. I mean, no, I'd be contradicting a very asinine tiny detail. Oh, okay. This was taken yesterday. Will Powers is in there. Nothing to indicate that it wasn't cleaned afterward. Fell from the studio roof? Yeah, the president's chest is clean here, before the fall. Okay, well, I think the... Okay, I'm gonna try this, but... What? Really? Really? Oh. Okay. Dirt got onto the costume when the body was hidden inside it. Is that really the case? You have a problem with that? There is a fair amount of dirt inside the front of the costume. Yeah, that is a lot of dirt. However, I would like you to focus on the state the body is in. It's lying on top of the dirt, and yet there's no dirt on the front of the body. Huh? If the body really was inside the costume, then it's strange that the front of the body isn't stained with more dirt. Well, I mean, who said they had to put it in the costume facing down? Just... well then, how would you explain it? How did the dirt get inside the costume? From the video footage, it's very likely that someone was inside the costume. But just who could it have been? Huh, where have I seen this? What's the matter, Kay? I just feel like I remember seeing something that looked like this dirt somewhere before. But where was it? There were these bits of gray fragments mixed in with the dirt. Gray fragments. There does seem to be something other than normal dirt mixed into it. Something must have gotten stuck to it, and lots of it, I might add. Something got stuck to it. This may merit a closer look. Where did we see dirt that looks like what's stuck on the inside of the costume? Okay, it's gotta be the gloves, right? Those white flecks weren't always there. They weren't always there. No, I refuse to believe that. I looked so closely at this, I never noticed those white flecks. The game just added these!
Take that!
This dirt has some gray bits mixed into it. Huh? And what of it? We found an item belonging to a certain man that was covered in the same type of dirt. That is to say, these gloves. Those dirt stains certainly look the same, but tell me, just what exactly is this gray substance? This gray substance is... Oh... I was gonna say it was like newspaper mush, but... Concrete makes way more sense. Wait. What? Oh yeah, the bags of concrete in the garage. This gray substance must be fragments of concrete. Oh. Or that concrete? You mean the stuff that was scattered around the monster's footprints? Exactly. Huh? Meanwhile, who do these gloves, which are stained with the same kind of dirt, belong to? Oh, I remember! We found it at Blaze's place. Earlier today, we went to Blaze's garage. There, we discovered these dirt-stained gloves. Come to think of it, there were also hammers, shovels, and other tools placed inside as well. Why would mechanics' gloves, intended to be used on machines, be covered in dirt? If he broke the concrete with the hammer and then dug into the soil with the shovel, then it's only natural for dirt like that to get on the gloves. Then maybe... Yes, the true nature of the monster's footprints has been made clear. It's possible that these footprints were dug up by Blaze the Best himself. Is there no end to this man's bullshit? Pun not intended. God damn it. It's possible. It's possible, you say. Please do enlighten me. Because I honestly have no clue. Why on earth would he do something like that? Why did he make the monster footprints? Thinking about it, the answer must be... If he wanted to bury something, why would he make 3 holes? That's so much extra work. If he wanted to bury something... I mean, it could be that he purposely made them in the shape of the hooves to disguise them, but... No, if he was digging something up, maybe he wouldn't remember the exact location. He'd have to use trial and error. But what could he have been digging? You know, I think he was burying something. It could have been because he buried something. He buried something? I smell treasure. So, what did he bury? If you want to find that out, we'll have to dig it up ourselves. You think the police wouldn't have already investigated that? There was absolutely nothing buried beneath those footprints. It seems that I was wrong. It seems that that was wrong. In that case, we should assume the opposite. He dug something up. It probably went something like this. Last night at this spot, there was something that Blaze needed to dig up. For that reason, he broke the lock on the back door and sneaked into the film lot. Using the hammer and shovel, he set to work. He placed the items he dug up into his bag, but before he could fill in the holes... Oh, that's when John came to practice. Exactly. Blaze panicked and had no choice but to hide himself in the Muzilla costume nearby. Ugh. To think you would deduce so much from just a pair of dirt-stained gloves. However, all this was merely a possibility. Still no proof that he was the one who was hiding inside that costume. For all we know, he might have left the scene once he finished digging. On the contrary, such proof does exist and can be seen in the video. When this video was recorded, Blaze was definitely inside the film lot. What? I cannot blame Agent Lane for not noticing. Oh, okay. The difference between the current film lot and the one in John's video, and with the state of Blaze's garage, it's all too clear that Blaze was still here. Man, I am glad I noticed it. What proves that Blaze was still at the film lot when this video was recorded?
Take that!
This bag placed near the costume. There was an identical one inside Blaze's garage. First, the dirt on the gloves, and now the bag. It seems there is a connection. Aha! And that's my proof. Blaze was inside the costume. Ergo, the president's body could not have been hidden inside it. Hi-ya! It seems I was able to refute Agent Lane's reasoning. Someone needs to go investigate Blaze's house right away, pal. Oh my god. Wow! Now that I'm actually looking at it, I actually see the black shirt coat under Gumshoe's green coat. He's really been wearing that the whole time. And wow. Yeah, it's always been there. I can see it. Man. We need to know what was inside that bag. Yes, sir. Y'all pipe down and listen up. Y'all just been saying whatever works best for y'all. And the noisy one returns. That there's the footprints of the mighty Muzilla. They ain't just some random holes dug up by that old coot. I believe the true nature of these footprints has already been proven quite logically. Logic schmogic, I ain't buying it. Say what you want, but I know what I saw, and I saw Muzilla. Is she referring to how she saw Muzilla out the window of the Grand Tower? Preposterous. Upon our journalist souls, we ain't having none of it. That statement is an insult to journalists everywhere. Oh, that's right. There's more to them monsters than just those footprints. I remember hearing that Sunny over there was seen with the monster earlier. I reckon that gal over there said she witnessed it herself. When these two are together, all meaningful talk grinds to a halt. If we only knew just what the monster really was, I think those two would quiet down. Mr. Edgeworth, is there anything you can do? The monster's true identity. We don't have much choice. Let's see what we can do. Isn't there something y'all ain't telling us about the monster? Man, just look at the design complexity difference. Lotta is unchanged from her original appearance in the Game Boy Advance, and meanwhile Nicole has like 50 more colors. Nicole, ask him ask him right now.
Hold it!
Please settle down. Regarding the true identity of that monster, I already know what it is. What do you say? That's right. The video John recorded provided the hint that I needed. What you talking about? Miss Nichols saw Gordy when she went to check up on John's practice. At that time, she mistook something for Gordy. The monster can be seen in this photograph. What? Ain't that just some plain old souvenir photo? Y'all don't really think you can pull the wool over the eyes of a pro like me, do ya? What did Miss Nichols really see that she mistook for Gordy? Boop.
Take that!
Naturally, Gordy's true identity was this camera crane. What? The video John recorded was shot from fairly high up. A shot from this position would be impossible without a camera crane. But there ain't no way Miss Nichols would mistake a camera crane for Gordy.
Objection!
I wonder about that, Miss Nichols. Yes? Earlier, you said the prescription for your glasses didn't match your eyesight anymore, correct? Yes. Lately, it seems like my eyesight has suddenly gotten a lot worse. So would you say that you weren't able to see Gordy very clearly in the dark? That's right. Its silhouette was all I could make out. But remember what Miss Nichols said? And I quote, its skin was really scaly, almost like a reptile. Camera cranes ain't got no flesh on them, let alone skin. It's just a bare steel frame. That is certainly true, at least in the case of this photo. However, last night it did have skin. Y'all just doing whatever you can to get in the way of our big scoop, ain't ya? That was not my intention. But since I've come this far, it's time to put an end to your nonsense. Gordy's skin is right before our very eyes. This is the skin of Gordy that Miss Nichols saw.
Take that!
As Miss Nichols stated in her testimony earlier, it looked like it was going to rain last night. While it never actually rained, John still covered the camera crane with a rainproof sheet, which to Miss Nichols looked like a monster's skin. What? You gotta be kidding me. Isn't that right, John? Man, you saw through it all. Not bad, old man. Unfortunately, the Gordy that Miss Nichols saw was nothing more than an illusion. Not again. Looks like my dream has shriveled up and died once again. Mentor. Seems like things have finally settled down. I really thought the boy was hiding something from me. Guess I had it all wrong. Now that we figured out the true form of the monster, everyone seems refreshed. Actually, there's two people here who are totally bummed out. Agent Lane. The report is in, sir. We've got the results of President Juan's autopsy. Yo, that took a hot minute. Good, show it to me. Contusions and bone fractures are found across the body, resulting from tremendous pressure. So this was the cause of death. In other words, he was crushed to death. I thought as much. Okay, so he didn't fall. That completely absolves Courtney of suspicion, please? Yellow stain on his chest is currently under investigation, but it seems that gunpowder residue was found on his right hand. Huh? Sunflower residue? I didn't know the president was into gardening. Okay, I feel like this is some joke in Japanese that didn't quite translate. I wonder if gunpowder sounds a lot, or the symbol for gunpowder looks visually a lot like something else. No, gunpowder residue. Traces of it are left behind when a gun is fired. Oh. I was thinking like dynamite. Since it has been found on his right hand, it's possible that the president fired a gun. A gun, huh? But we didn't find any guns when we investigated this area. Unexplained gunpowder residue. I'll have to look over the autopsy report later. And by later, I mean now. Oh yeah, here we go. Di Junhuan, age 58. Yellow stain currently unknown. Oh, well, that's all the details, so... Around 11, huh? Now then, Agent Lane, it seems we have our answer. The president did not die from falling off the roof of the Grand Tower. Rather, he died from being crushed under Moozilla's head. I can't deny it. Looks like your logic was right after all. This means the suspicions surrounding Miss Courtney should be cleared up, right? Yes, not only the cause of death, but the time of death proves her innocence as well. Judge Courtney met with the president 2 nights ago. However, according to the autopsy report, the time of death was around 11 p.m. last night. Moozilla's head also fell last night. It matches up perfectly. That's a relief! Isn't it a bit too early to be relieved? Agent Lane? The president died after being crushed by the Moozilla's head. That I will admit. But the problem is, who was responsible for the falling head? Moozilla's head fell last night. And last night, the one who was at the film lot was...
Overruled!
What are you saying? Surely you're not implying... That's right. You killed him, didn't ya? John Marsh? That pup is hiding something. He was at the scene where the body was discovered last night. He also saw the footprints. And despite that, he still claims to know absolutely nothing about the incident. Isn't that a bit too convenient? These footprint-shaped holes have not been proven to be related to the case. Just because he saw the holes doesn't necessarily mean that he's involved in the incident. You sure about that? Take a look at the pup's face. He looks pretty shaken up to me. Yeah, it's because you accused him of the murder of President. It looks like he hit the mark, but John doesn't want to talk about it. If he doesn't feel like talking, then I have an idea of my own. Let's check the tape. Agent Lane, what is your intention? The police have a device that lets you analyze the video footage up close and personal. Hey, they're bringing this back. Agent Lane, you would suspect John enough to go that far? As long as John's lips are sealed, this may be the only way for us to get closer to the truth. Detective Gumshoe, if I'm not mistaken, you have that device with you, correct? Mr. Analysis is ready to go, sir. Now we're talking. Prosecutor Edgeworth, would you please perform the video analysis for us? She wants me to do it. Who knows what kind of faults that Wolfman will find in it? This isn't exactly my strong suit, but I suppose I have no choice. Are there any new clues shown on the video? Well, I guess we'll look here. No, not really. How about in the dark of the staircase? Huh? Okay, I'm gonna assume that looks a lot better on, that looks a lot better on an actual DS hardware, because you're playing this on a big old computer screen. He's like he's glowing. This is... What's the matter? I want to see too. Huh? Eek! Hey, what's wrong? Show it to me. Prosecutor Edgeworth, I request you submit the evidence to the court. Please take a look at the top right corner of the zoomed-in video. This person is... The president! Impossible! Huh? No way. Seems we finally found it at last. The evidence that points to the true killer. This video places John at a major disadvantage. You're wrong. That's not right. I don't know anything about this. That's not gonna cut it. It's clear that you and the victim were together at the same place where his body was later found. John Marsh, there's no doubt you killed the president. No, this can't be. Why? Why would you... John, please don't tell me. Did you really kill the president? Mr. Edgeworth, is this really decisive evidence? Mr. Prosecutor, looks like even you can't object to this. That pup said he didn't know anything, right? And yet the president's right here in the video. John, what are you hiding? John, please tell us the truth. The truth is, it's all my fault. John Marsh, what did you do? Moozilla's head falling was all my fault. Oh. Yo. While I was setting up the equipment on the roof, I used the heater. After that, I went down to practice, but I forgot to turn it off. Then my mom called me, so I left the film lot. When I came back to the lot after the phone call was over, Moozilla's head that was on the roof had fallen, and right next to it was the president lying dead on the ground. How can that be? I see. There were indeed traces that something had caught fire on the rooftop. It was just a small fire, so I was able to put it out by myself. So the president's death was John's fault? But wouldn't that make this an accident, sir? And then what did you do with the fallen head? I took it apart, brought the pieces up to the roof, and put it back together. So you put out the fire and even put the fallen head back on the roof. Which means you were hiding evidence. We can't be having that, you naughty little pup. I didn't do it on purpose. I really did just forget to turn off the heater. When the legs broke, the stand would have tilted. When the legs broke, the stand would have tilted. If Moozilla's head was on top of the stand, it would have fallen off. So the head fell down because of the fire. Yes, and if that's the case, I also have a pretty good idea what caused the fire. There's a flammable can next to the heater. It seems someone is lacking in safety awareness.
Knuckle back!
Was it really just an accident? If that's the truth, then what was the president doing here? I don't know. There was no one else around when I was there. You expect me to believe that? The president wouldn't have just come to a place like this without a reason, you know. Indeed, the president's reason for coming here is still a huge mystery. 2 nights ago, he met with Judge Courtney on the roof of the Grand Tower. And last night, he was here at the film lot. Did he meet with John? I'll have to listen to John's testimony very carefully. Damn. Why the hell was Blaze here digging something up? Or was it something from 12 years ago? Because, come to think of it, the letter from Unknown, it says it's from Kay, but no one knows who really wrote it. Wait. Oh, different letter. There's something else. Something buried in... Oh, wait. Ah! Patricia Rowland wrote this to Blaze. I shall interrogate him in the warden's office. I'll get him to confess that he's one of Dogen's henchmen. The thing he laid to rest in front of the flower bed 12 years ago. You simply must retrieve it. That has to be it. Before this was a lot. Before it was paved over. This was a flower bed. Surely that's what it is. And... Patricia wanted Blaze to dig up something from 12 years ago here. Oh. The wheels in my head are turning, but nothing's quite clicking into place just yet. There is something seriously shady going on in the background, and I don't mean Shady Smith. Yeah, we're not close to being done. No way. After all, when I loaded up the game for this play session, the save file actually tells you your progress. It says, we're in like the middle section of Case 5 here, Part 1, so we're like, I would say maybe just like barely over halfway through with this final case. Don't get me wrong, the end is approaching, but it's not gonna be soon, you know? Yeah, I'd quite imagine once we're through with this investigation, or this cross-examination here, we'll enter another investigation phase. I feel like new evidence will come to light that will necessitate the search for new evidence. And then from there... Oh god, what the hell's gonna happen? I have no idea how this is gonna go down. I still don't know how the mastermind still ties into this. And man, I still don't know if it's actually a body double who died or not. Because I'm pretty dang certain the president came here because he was a huge fan of... Wait. what am I even talking about? Here I was in an earlier video saying, okay, maybe there was a body double, maybe the body double killed the real president 12 years ago and took his place. But if that's the case, why would the body double come here? Isn't the real president the fan? No, of course not. Everything we know about the president has been assuming it is the double we're talking to. The double is the fan of Muzilla. He's a Muzilla fan. The double is. We don't know if the original president actually liked Muzilla. Of course the double would be interested in coming here. Oh. Duh. My brain is sizzling. I don't think I have anything else to say. Well, if John really did set the heater, if the flammable there... You know, Blaze was here. Maybe Blaze started the fire. Like, maybe he was on the roof for some reason and he, like, put the paint can near it. I don't know. All I'm saying is that Blaze likes fire. He is an arsonist. He burns things in front of him all the time. Maybe he did start the fire. Who knows? Well, maybe we'll find out next time. In the meantime, I'm Zephyr the Jester. This has been more Ace Attorney Investigations 2. Thank you for watching. Hopefully, catch you next time. So until then, please take care.